Alright guys, here comes part 3 of the basic trigonometric identities. So we have cofunction identities. So it's basically saying that sine is equivalent to cosine of pi over 2 minus theta, and a whole bunch of other ones. Alright, so as we notice, big thing here is the pi part, that always comes first, and then it's always minus theta. Okay, but I need that in one of the examples. And then down here, well, these ones, this is your even odd. So over here we have sine of negative theta is the same as negative sine of theta, and so on and so on. Okay, so write these properties down, have them listed somewhere so you can use them. All right, we're going to start example 3. So use the cofunction even odd identities to find each value. Okay. So we have sine of negative theta is equal to negative 0.97. We need to find cosine of pi over 2 minus theta. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is see what I know. So I have sine of negative theta right there. So sine of negative theta is equal to negative sine of theta. Okay? And I have cosine of pi over 2, which is right there. So that means sine of theta is equal to cosine pi over 2 minus theta. So we need to work from what's given here all the way to that. Well, I'm going to use my first property right there. So we have sine of negative theta is equal to negative 0.97. So according to that rule, I can say negative sine of theta is equal to negative 0.97 divided by negative 1. So I get sine of theta is equal to 0.97. All right, and then over here we know that sine of theta is equal to cosine of pi over 2 minus theta. So sine of theta is 0.97 equals cosine pi over 2 minus theta. Alright, so that's that one. Then we have example 3 part B. Using our rules, we have tangent of negative alpha is equal to negative 2.36. So I'm going to look up here, see what I got for tangent, erase what I already wrote. So tangent, even odds. So here I have tangent of negative theta. So tangent negative theta is equal to negative tangent of theta. So I got that part. Now I'm going to look at this. First thing I notice is the pi over 2 isn't written first. So I got to rewrite this. Cotangent negative pi over 2 plus alpha, which is equal to, so we've got to have a positive pi over 2, so it's cotangent of, double parenthesis, negative pi over 2. So I factor out that negative, so it changes the signs, minus alpha. Alright, and then that means, so looking at that, if we pull this negative out, right, so pull that guy out, we're going to get negative cotangent of pi over 2 minus alpha. Okay. And then I need cotangent of pi over 2. So where can I see that at? Right here. Alright. So let's come back to our tangent over here. So I'm given tangent of negative alpha is equal to negative 2.36. So the above says I just have to pull out this negative. So negative tangent of alpha is equal to negative 2.36. Sorry about that. Divide by negative 1. Tangent of alpha is equal to 2.36. Pull a box around that. We'll use that again in a minute. So here we have this, box that, and my cofunction rule at the top. Change color here for thought process. Tangent of theta is equal to cotangent of pi over 2 minus theta. Okay. So let's substitute what I know. I know tangent of theta, or tangent of alpha, is 2.36. And then I have this part right here will get subbed in. It's negative cotangent pi over 2 minus, well, it's alpha now. Okay. So I need this to be a positive cotangent, so I'll divide by negative 1. So negative 2.36 is equal to cotangent pi over 2 minus alpha. Final answer. A lot of going back and forth. Yes, Lainey, that's correct. Alright, so for part C example, given secant of beta minus pi over 2 is equal to negative 3.62. Find cosecant of negative beta. Well, I'm going to rearrange that. So secant of beta minus pi over 2 is equal to secant of negative pi over 2 plus beta. Thank you. Factor out this negative, so double parenthesis, and get pi over 2 minus beta. Okay, so sorry, my daughter is doing the math with us right now. So she has currently destroyed my notes. Alright, I'm back. So rearranged it, and then I have cosecant of negative beta. So I'm going to go up here, see what I got. And cosecant, negative right there. So this is equal to negative cosecant of beta. Alright, sorry, go back to this. So negative secant down here is pi over 2 minus beta. Go to my cofunctions, see if I can find secant pi over 2. There it is. Cosecant is that. So cosecant of beta is equal to, spit that out. Sorry, she just ate a Lego man. I lost my train of thought. Okay, back. Secant of pi over 2 minus beta. Alright. So put a pause on that, and I'll come back to right here. I know this is equal to negative 3.62. No, Laney. Divide by negative 1. Divide by negative 1. Secant pi over 2 minus beta is equal to 3.62. So I'm going to substitute that in right there. I get cosecant of beta is equal to 3.62. But I don't want cosecant, I want negative cosecant. So negative cosecant of beta is equal to 3.62 divided by negative 1. So cosecant of beta is equal to negative 3.62. As I said, it's a lot of just moving around and using the rules above. Okay, use a lot of space. And email me if you have questions. I'll post the answers to these later. Lainey says goodbye as well.